Archangel Michael says, "Stop. Something is arriving in 30 seconds, and heaven has decided that you must see it. Open this message now, because this door will not stay open twice." Archangel Michael says, "Stop. Something is arriving in 30 seconds, and heaven has decided that you must see it. Open this message now, because this door will not stay open twice." The atmosphere in your room begins to change as these syllables settle into the air. The invisible second hand of your day catches a new pulse. Every part of you that has been waiting knows that obedience carries weight, and that weight is moving toward you with holy precision today. The countdown has begun at 30, and every breath you take from this moment forward becomes a decree that heaven writes down. The room holds still like a sealed envelope with your name pressed deep into the wax. The wax will crack. Your name will rise from the silence where it has been kept. Listen, because the sound of that seal breaking is not far away. At 29, a warm current of light slides underneath your feet and steadies every step you have doubted. The fears that tried to scatter you gather together like tired dust, and they fall from the ledge of yesterday without protest. You are standing on the edge of an immediate change today, and you are not stepping backward. At 28, a hidden door inside your timeline clicks, and the lock agrees with your courage. The handle turns because you chose to look, and you refuse to look away. Your willingness has become a key that no rusted mechanism can defeat. At 27, a memory of loss tries to gather itself into a storm behind your ribs. The light does not argue with the storm. The light simply shines through every drop of that rain until the rain confesses its true name. The clouds hold and then release, exactly when heaven has scheduled them to release. At 26, a messenger walks the long corridor of your future, carrying an envelope wrapped in cobalt thread. The thread hums with a purpose older than your worry. The envelope grows warm, as if it remembers the shape of your hand. A message was written on your behalf before your fears ever learned to speak. At 25, the wind begins to trace slow circles around you, sketching the outline of a seal. The seal does not bind you. The seal brands protection into the atmosphere that surrounds you. Protection now sits in the chair that danger thought it had reserved. At 24, a bell you cannot see tolls once, and every echo lifts an ache from your shoulders. The first echo dismisses a disappointment that had been rehearsing its lines in your head every night. The second echo silences an accusation that never had the right to speak your name. Listen, because more echoes are coming. At 23, the floor beneath your regret cracks in a quiet surrender. There is no collapse in this cracking. There is only an exit for everything that was never yours to carry. What remains behind is what strengthens you, and it chooses you back without hesitation. Today. At 22, the pathways of your life braid themselves like cords, so that your steps will not tangle in what once tripped you. The cords are not ropes to bind you. The cords are lines to guide you through passages that used to feel too narrow. You move like a person who finally knows there is room for them wherever truth is walking. At 21, the clock stops trying to intimidate your progress. Time itself learns to respect the one who listens when heaven begins to speak. You are listening, and so time bends into a posture of cooperation with your calling. At 20, your lungs learn a new rhythm that favors clarity. Inhale the assurance that this moment is a divine appointment, not a random interruption. exhale the belief that you must earn what has already been decided for you before the foundation of the world. At 19, a name flashes through your mind and tries to yank you back into an old pattern. The light does not chase shadows. The light simply reveals a door out of the room where those patterns still pay rent. The door is standing slightly open, as though someone just walked through and left it that way for you today. At 18, a sound like feathers brushing against stone confirms that someone stands guard along your path. There is movement at your back and stillness at your front. Stillness in front of you means the road ahead has already been cleared by hands you cannot see. At 17, a ledger opens somewhere above your head, and every false debt written against your name goes dim. The entries that used to condemn you lose their ink and lose their voice at the same time. Your account is being rewritten with fresh numbers that match your calling, not the opinions of your critics. At 16, the horizon inside your heart moves closer until it is no longer far. Distance is only a rumor when purpose is in the room. You are standing at the very threshold of an immediate proof today. At 15, the exact middle of this countdown steadies your hands. You are not trembling, because trembling is busy releasing its grip on you. What stays behind in your palms is a focus that refuses to break under any weight. At 14, a lamp appears in the corner of the room that is your attention. The lamp burns with a familiar flame that does not scorch. The flame clarifies. You see plainly what belongs in your hands, and you see plainly what was never yours to carry. At 13, a script you thought you had to follow crumples inside the pocket of your mind. The old words fade, and your true lines arrive with heat and simplicity. You speak them without rehearsal, because they were placed inside you before you could form a single syllable. At 12, the air begins to taste like new beginnings that do not require perfect conditions to arrive. A door does not wait for the weather to like you. A door opens because it was constructed for the specific shape of your arrival today. Before this countdown pushes deeper, listen carefully. If these words are reaching the places inside you that no other voice has reached, then subscribe to Letters from Archangel Michael right now before you forget. Every letter that comes from this channel is written to interrupt the wrong story you have been telling yourself. Subscribe, and you will not miss the next envelope that heaven addresses to you. At 11, the future itself places a warm hand on your shoulder and turns you gently to the left. The angle changes everything. What was hidden by a single degree of misalignment is suddenly visible, and the missing step announces itself and pulls you forward with kindness. At 10, the final stretch begins, and your courage laces its running shoes. This is not a sprint against panic. This is a stride toward alignment. Alignment loves the people who respond the very first time they are called. At 9, you stop negotiating with delay. Delay realizes it can no longer afford you. You keep moving, and delay watches you go with an expression it has never worn before. At 8, a quiet voice inside you folds your fears like clothes that no longer fit the person you are becoming. The drawer closes. The drawer refuses to reopen. Your size has changed in the presence of purpose today. At 7, you remember promises you once set aside because their timing felt strange in the season you were living through. The timing steps into the room and nods as if it has been waiting patiently on your behalf. You nod back. because recognition unlocks the door that resistance had bolted shut. At 6, your own breath becomes an instruction. Inhale, and you receive what the moment is carrying. Exhale, and you refuse to carry what the moment never asked you to hold in the first place. At 5, the room begins to hum like a low choir underneath your skin. Harmony arranges your thoughts until the loudest thing left inside you is peace. Peace moves like a shield, and every arrow that once had your name on it remembers its assigned place on the ground. At 4, a map unfolds in the very center of your chest, and its paths glow. The path leading to your next yes shines brightest of all, and your feet know its shape by feel alone. You are being guided. You are not being guessed. At 3, the gravity of destiny arrives close enough to change your balance. Your center of weight shifts into trust. Trust stabilizes steps that look impossible from the outside looking in. At 2, the air around you tightens into a promise that is decided not to be delayed. The moment does not stop to ask if you are ready. The moment arrives because readiness has been asking for you. Your name and the word now finally fit together without any friction between them. At 1, everything inside you becomes still. This stillness is not empty at all. This stillness is full of power, the way a tide pulls back before it moves forward with unstoppable force. You hold your ground today because your ground is holding you back. At 0, the instruction lands and the decree seals. The seal is not made of wax. The seal is made of your willingness. Your willingness writes the next page of your life in ink that no season can fade. Archangel Michael says, "This opening is not a suggestion. This is a command that arrived with your relief already inside it. The command came carried by mercy, and mercy is holding you by the hand. The hand does not let go when the room around you grows loud with old accusations. A door swings open wide in the corridor of your week, and the hinges do not complain about the motion. That door has been waiting for you since the day someone told you that you were too late. You were never too late. You were being positioned. You were being aligned for an arrival that only makes sense on the other side of 30 seconds of obedience. Your past tries to argue its case in whispers that used to intimidate you. The present raises a hand and says, "Enough." The gavel falls in your favor with a sound that rearranges every particle of dust in the room. Dust no longer speaks in rooms where verdicts have been stamped in the ink of heaven. You step through the door, and the floor greets the full weight of your body with certainty. Certainty does not require a crowd. Certainty only requires your agreement today. You agree, and the path ahead lights up like a dawn pouring itself through tall windows. Light gathers your scattered courage from every corner of your history and places it neatly inside your chest. You touch your chest as a reflex, as if to verify that something sacred has truly arrived. It has, and it has decided to stay. The messenger with the cobalt thread returns and rests the envelope in the center of your palm. Your name glows through the paper like embers underneath a fresh layer of snow. You do not hesitate, because hesitation has no authority in this hallway anymore. You break the seal, and you find words that feel like they were written into the marrow of your bones. The first sentence is a key that unlocks a memory of being chosen. Being chosen begins to feel normal in the very best possible way. Your steps lengthen and take on a cadence that agrees with acceleration. Acceleration does not panic. Acceleration prepares. The prepared path meets the prepared feet, and the distance between desire and evidence collapses into a single stride today. A memory tries to drag you into an old hallway of delay, but the light corners that memory kindly. The memory is healed by being seen, and it is released by being honored. Honor frees you faster than force ever could, and honor never leaves scars on the door as it walks out. A quiet thunder rolls behind you now, not as a warning, but as confirmation of everything that has just been sealed above your name. The ground learns your footsteps as you walk, and the path puts on a welcome. It has been saving specifically for this hour. Welcome is not sentimental in this corridor. Welcome is structural. Like beams that hold up a roof, you hold your head differently because hope has a posture, and posture is contagious. The posture adjusts your perspective until your present finally aligns with your promise. Promise is not a theory in this room. Promise is architecture. You are living inside blueprints that heaven approved a long time ago today. If you feel something loosening in your chest as you receive these words, subscribe to Letters from Archangel Michael, so the next letter finds you when the next hallway opens. Every message we release is designed to arrive at the exact moment a door was about to close on you. Do not miss the next one. Subscribe now, and the next envelope will know your address. You pause at a threshold where 3 choices branch out like 3 rivers. The left river is shallow and noisy, and it promises quick applause you will not remember by morning. The right river is dark and stagnant, and it promises a safety that would cost you your voice. The middle river flows straight and honest, with a quiet shine on the surface of the water. Quiet things are often the strongest things in rooms where your future lives. You step into the center stream because you were built for clear water. The water does not swallow you. The water holds you the way warm hands hold something they refuse to drop. Your ankles learn the direction. Your knees stop aching for the approval of familiar shores. Every step from this point forward brings a new piece of the horizon within reach of your hand. A city waits ahead, lit in ways you once thought were reserved for other people. The gates of that city find your face and recognize your arrival, the way a long, expected friend recognizes footsteps in the hall. You walk in with a grace that needs no permission slip. Inside the walls of that city, a table has been set for you. On the table, there are documents, keys, and maps. The documents already carry your signature, not forged, but foreknown. Your hand simply traces what love decided long before fear had a chance to write anything at all. Today, the keys on that table gleam, resting against one another like faithful companions who have traveled together. Each key fits a lock that leads to something you once lost, or something you once surrendered under pressure. You lift the first key, because it hums in your palm like music you recognize from a long time ago today. A door opens into a room filled with tools you once begged for, and later forgot you had asked. The tools do not punish your delay. The tools invite your hands to work without any struggle at all. You touch them, and you remember that you were never helpless, only unarmed for a season. The maps unfold to reveal paths that avoid the snares you used to step into on reflex. The snares look small from this new angle. Their teeth are dull. You walk past them, and they do not follow you into the next room. A figure stands near a window, where the glow of the city brushes the floor with warm color. The figure is not a threat. The figure is a guide, wearing the calm of someone who already knows every turn of the route. The guide points once, and a single motion of that hand removes weeks of worry from your shoulders today. You move again, and the windows along the hallway brighten as you pass each one. Every latch opens with a soft click that sounds like approval spoken quietly. Approval sits easy on your shoulders because you have nothing to prove in this hallway to anyone. Your old voice returns. The voice that sounded like you before disappointment tried to edit your sentences into something safer. The voice is clear and warm and precise, all at once. It says, yes, without rehearsing 1,000 imagined scenarios first. You do exactly what the moment asks of you without a single apology in your mouth. Obedience does not make you smaller. Obedience places you exactly where influence actually lives. Influence arrives quietly and fills the room before anyone in the room has time to argue with it. The floor shifts underneath your feet suddenly, like a ship leaving its harbor for open water. Departure used to scare you because you had confused departure with loss. Now you know that departure is simply an engagement with distance, and that engagement brings the promise closer. You pass a mirror in the hallway, and you catch a glimpse of your face becoming familiar in new ways. The lines that worry carved into your expression loosen and release their grip on your face. Relief stands where strain used to try to set up a permanent address. Today, your reflection agrees with the person you were called to be from the beginning. A gentle weight settles onto your shoulders like a mantle woven from midnight and dawn braided together. The fabric smells like rain after a long stretch of heat, the kind of rain that forgives the ground for being cracked. You wear it without fear, and it fits you like intention itself. The staircase descending toward the street is wide and kind to your knees. The rail is cool underneath your palm, and it admits that it has steadied many others before it steadied you. You take every step with the certainty of someone who knows the landing is real, not imagined. Before you step onto that street, hear this sharing command, because it belongs to you. The message you are receiving today was never meant to end in your ears alone. Send this video to 3 people you love before the day ends. Text it to a friend who has been walking through a hard season. Send it to a family member who has been quiet for too long. Post it in your prayer group. The number 3 is not random. 3 is a covenant heaven honors. And when you share this letter with 3 souls, a triangular protection settles over you and over everyone who receives it today. Every person you send this to is a person whose door is about to open the same way yours just did. Do not carry this envelope alone. On the street, the sound of your own name carries in the air without any need for shouting. Opportunity is whispering your name, because opportunity prefers to arrive with dignity in its posture. Dignity meets you at the curb and asks nothing of you, but your continued yes. A door across the way opens, and a person you will need appears, carrying the one thing you could not carry alone. They do not gloat about their timing. They simply extend to you what you need, because their timing is obedience too. You receive without suspicion, because this is not a trap. This is fulfillment today. Fulfillment resolves the ache you had normalized for so long that you began calling it identity. Identity loosens its borrowed clothing and puts back on what was always originally yours to wear. A clock chimes in a distant tower, and you hear the sound as a confirmation instead of a warning. The chimes have become a calendar that refuses to agree with dread any longer. Your hours are not hunters anymore. Your hours are hosts, and they set the table where you sit down. The sky, which used to feel too high to touch, lowers itself like a friend leaning in close to hear the end of your sentence. You do not have to strain upward. Heaven bows to meet the height of your obedience. Heaven and earth shake hands inside your ordinary day, because your obedience opened the gate that intercession had been building for years. You fill your feet with a memory of speed again. Speed is not rush. Speed is rightness in motion. Rightness moves like a river that already knows exactly where the next turn is waiting. Archangel Michael says, "The command you obeyed has now become the bridge you walk across. The bridge does not creak underneath your weight, because it was designed for the exact combination of your weight and your work. You do not fear the drop, because purpose built a guardrail you cannot see with your eyes. The people who doubted you will witness what heaven is doing, and the people who believed in you will build alongside you from this point forward. There is no room for bitterness in your hands anymore, because your hands are full of tools. Tools never argue when truth is the one giving instructions in the workshop today. A letter arrives in the evening, addressed to the version of you who almost surrendered last month. You open it and smile, because it reads like a farewell to scarcity. Scarcity leaves quietly when abundance stands in the doorway with folded arms and a patient smile. The doorway leads into a workspace bright enough to make all of your plans visible again. Plans become blueprints the moment clarity walks in and turns on the light. Clarity corrects your measurements and makes room for a generosity that does not try to keep score in the margin. Your breath evens out as the night settles onto the city without any heaviness in its arms. Night has become a friend that brings rest instead of worry. Rest builds muscle. You cannot see until the task finally arrives and asks you to lift. You look back across the day and realize that 30 seconds were long enough to start an earthquake underneath everything that had been resisting your favor. The plates beneath your life shifted and created new ground for you to stand on. The new ground does not apologize for replacing the old ground that never supported your calling today. You notice a habit inside yourself changing right in the middle of a thought. The old habit had been to minimize whatever arrived for you, just in case you would be disappointed later. Disappointment loses its job the moment expectancy takes you seriously. You stand at the window and watch the city carry your name without controversy in the air. Your name no longer echoes inside you like a question waiting for an answer. Your name settles like a landmark that other travelers use to find their own direction. Morning returns like a faithful courier, and the courier enjoys the work of arriving. The morning lays the new day at your feet, like a letter you already know how to read from the first line. You walk into the day, because the day has been waiting all night for the sound of your footsteps. You move through rooms where once you felt you had to ask permission to breathe. Permission now recognizes you and steps aside so you can pass. You are not loud. Your yes carries all the volume you require in these rooms today. The people who meet you sense the difference, and they lift their eyes to meet yours. Eyes that used to fall to the floor now agree to make contact. Mutual recognition replaces posturing, and agreements form without any manipulation on either side of the table. You finish tasks that once felt like mountains because the mountain learned your name. Named things are approachable, and approachable things are conquerable. You conquer without cruelty. You build without burnout. The message that first brought you into this hour continues to echo, not as pressure now, but as promise. The echo becomes the rhythm you walk to. like a drum too wise to rush the beat. Wisdom braces every decision you make, and your decisions bloom. You find yourself laughing without having to earn the laughter first. Laughter fits your face again and returns your voice to its original warmth. Warmth draws trustworthy allies who prefer substance over spectacle, and the right people arrive at the right table today. The roads you used to avoid now look wide and honest under the daylight. You take them without any fear, because fear lost the contract it once held over your imagination. Imagination has hired hope as its new partner, and together, they deliver ahead of every schedule you dared to keep. Your body learns the difference between urgency and anxiety. Urgency is precise and kind. Anxiety is vague and loud. You choose precision, and vagueness leaves the room without being asked twice. You end this stretch of your day the way you began this moment, with obedience. Obedience does not diminish your freedom. Obedience introduces your freedom to purpose, and the two agree to walk together for the rest of the way. Agreement multiplies your traction and shortens every unnecessary detour that once slowed you down. When night leans in again, it does so with the difference the fulfilled feel deep in their bones. Your bones, which used to carry old fatigue, begin to carry a clean strength. Clean strength makes you generous without ever fearing depletion. Now hear this, because heaven is opening something specific today. Archangel Michael is placing a door in front of you, and this door has a name. The door is called Elevens. Elevens is a daily audio prayer covenant, 1 hour every morning, 1 episode a day, like medicine measured out by heaven itself. Every episode weaves scripture, financial breakthrough prayer, healing declaration, spiritual warfare covering, and the exact kind of intercession that most people do not know how to pray on their own. It is the reason thousands of men and women across the Americas, across Europe, across every quiet kitchen and every long commute are waking up covered. They are called Elovians, and once you cross this threshold, so are you. Season 3, Episode 28, just dropped this month. Right now, as you are hearing this letter, Elovians in Houston, in Chicago, in Toronto, in Manchester are already inside Episode 28, and the season is unfolding beneath their feet. You are on the outside of that door. That door is still open. It will not stay open forever. Only 333 seats are accepted each month. 333, the angelic number, the number of divine escort, the number heaven itself chose for this covenant. As of this hour, only 33 seats remain for this season. 33. That is what stands between where you are right now and where the covered ones are already living today. The normal price is $100 for a full month of daily prayer. But because you are listening to this exact letter on this exact channel, a door has been opened that the public does not have access to. $19.99. That is the price of one meal you will forget by Friday. That is less than the coffee you buy without thinking. And it becomes the covering that follows you through 30 days of morning after morning after morning. This price locks in permanently the second you take your seat. But once 1,000 total members have entered through this same door, the discount closes forever. It does not return. Every hour, someone else is claiming a spot. Every hour, the counter moves closer to 1,000. Can your family, your marriage, your health, your finances afford to wait while the counter keeps ticking? Margaret from Houston wrote into the community last week, and I want you to hear what she said. She wrote, I joined Elevens the morning of my 62nd birthday. My daughter had not called me in 3 years. By day 19 of season 2, my phone rang. It was her. She was crying. She said she had woken up and could not stop thinking about me. 3 years of silence broken in 19 mornings of prayer. I am an Alovian for the rest of my life. Margaret said the rest of her life. Because there is now a door inside this covenant that opens once, called the Elevens Lifetime Membership, and Archangel Michael will speak about that door in a few moments today. Listen when he does. It is the greatest offer this ministry has ever opened. And there is one more thing you must hear before we go further. The Elevens mobile app is being released very soon. Every member who is already inside when the app opens receives it at launch, included, with nothing more to pay. That is not a bonus. That is a covenant kept. Whoever is inside walks in already holding it. The link to secure your seat is in the description below this video. It is also pinned in the top comment. Open the link, choose your language, take your seat before the counter finishes. Do not close this letter and think you will come back later. Later is where doors go to close. The link is right there. The path is right there. And Archangel Michael is watching to see if you will obey the small yes that unlocks all the larger ones waiting on the other side. The city sleeps around you, but your future does not sleep, because your future is not anxious. Your future is attentive. Attention keeps watching the quiet and guards what has been placed inside your hands. Guarding is not hoarding. Guarding is stewardship. You rest inside a promise that finally feels like a house that fits the exact shape of your life. The roof does not leak. The doors do not stick. The windows do not rattle like excuses whenever the wind rises. Everything is aligned, and everything is enough for the season you are inside. As you close your eyes, the final truth of this hour stands in the doorway of your night, like a sentinel with wide shoulders. The truth is simple, complete, and kind. You obeyed, and because you obeyed, everything that needed to find you knew your address today. The countdown that began with urgency ends with certainty. Certainty is not arrogant. Certainty is anchored. You are anchored now, and even the waters respect the place where you have chosen to stand. In the quiet that follows, gratitude rises inside your chest like heat lifting off fresh bread. You do not try to hold it down. You do not try to explain it away. You let it do its work in the room, and it fills the corners that grief used to occupy without paying rent. Now, hear this next command, because heaven is repeating it deliberately. Send this video to 3 people today. Do not wait until the weekend. Do not wait until you feel like it. Post it to your Facebook right now. Share it into your WhatsApp groups. Send it to your prayer group. Text it to the 3 people whose names are already forming in your mind as you hear these words. Those names are not random. Heaven is placing them there. The number 3 is a covenant, and when you send this letter to 3 souls, a triangular protection settles over your household that no strategy of the enemy can penetrate. Do not sit on this letter. Spread it. Every time you send it, another door opens for someone whose midnight was about to arrive. You have stepped into the space you were made to occupy from the beginning of your name. The space meets you with open hands, and the space asks for nothing except your continued yes. Your continued yes is the simple act that moves mountains without breaking your back in the process. Mountains move now because they recognize the authority in your voice. Your voice carries that authority because your voice agrees with what is true today. You rise tomorrow and the next day and the day after that with the same peace you first discovered inside those 30 seconds. Peace is now muscle memory, not fragile mood. Peace steadies you, strengthens you, and sends you into rooms that used to shrink you. You walk, and doors open on contact. You speak, and clarity arranges itself in the air around your sentences. You choose, and provision takes its assigned seat at the table you have set. This is the life that blooms on the other side of a single obedient moment. Momentum becomes movement, and movement becomes the testimony you carry, without any strain in your shoulders. If any of this is landing inside you, subscribe to Letters from Archangel Michael before you close this video. Every letter that leaves this channel is written for the person who is almost too late but arrived on time. Do not miss the next one. Subscribe today so the next envelope finds you in the exact hour you need it to arrive. You wake, and the morning does not test you before it greets you. The greeting sounds like a door unlocking from the inside of the house, not the outside. You step through the greeting without bargaining with your courage. The calendar on your wall looks ordinary, but the days themselves have begun to hum with hidden assignment. Each square carries a quiet appointment that favors your progress instead of resisting it. You touch the number of today on the calendar, and you feel it click into alignment underneath your finger. News arrives that used to erupt like fire alarms, and now the same kind of news lands softly, like mail you were expecting all along. You open every envelope with steady hands because steadiness has become the setting your day defaults to. You move through tasks with a clarity that makes noise unnecessary. Noise, which once rented so much space inside your thoughts, has been evicted for non-payment of peace. Peace pays every invoice in full and on time. People come to you with real needs, and you meet them with real resources instead of practiced apologies. Apologies once disguised your actual capacity from the room. Now capacity walks through the door first and takes its seat. A memory tries to pull you back into a smaller room, but the larger room refuses to shrink for it. The walls breathe here because hope keeps every window unlocked. Air moves in this house where air used to stall. You inhale proof that you belong today. You return to the same table where the documents and keys and maps first appeared, and new items now wait alongside them. There is a seal with your insignia stamped into the wax, and it fits your hand perfectly. Authority feels comfortable because you finally stopped arguing with the size of your calling. Now hear this, because Archangel Michael is opening the door he first mentioned only in passing. This door is called the Elovin's Lifetime Membership, and it is the largest offer this covenant has ever placed in front of a viewer. Pay once, and the daily prayers belong to you forever. There is no renewal. There is no monthly charge. There is no season the doors can close on you again once you have walked through them. Once and never again. The lifetime door is worth far more than what is asked for it. The price lives at the link. The link is in the description below. It is pinned in the top comment. The number is not something Archangel Michael speaks over your ears today, because a number spoken today can shift tomorrow, and heaven refuses to hand you a moving target. What heaven hands you is the door itself. Open the link, see the offer. Take your seat inside a covenant that no month can ever cancel again, and listen to what comes bound to the lifetime seat. The Alavin's mobile app is being released very soon. Whoever holds the lifetime membership when that app opens walks in already holding the app. Forever, included, with nothing more to pay. Not a subscription on top, not a fee on top. The one payment covers the daily prayers for the rest of your life, and it covers every future release that this covenant produces from this hour forward. Robert from Chicago wrote in last month. He said, "I am a retired truck driver, 68, and I did not think a prayer subscription could touch my life. My wife pushed me to try Alavin's. By day 14 of my first season, a pension adjustment letter arrived in my mailbox that I had been fighting for since 2019. $9,000 owed to me for 4 years, released in 14 mornings of prayer. When they opened the lifetime door last week, I did not think twice. I walked through it. My grandchildren will inherit an Alavian household," Robert said his grandchildren. Because the lifetime door does not end at your own life. It changes the spiritual air your family breathes for the rest of your days on this earth. The link is in the description. It is pinned in the top comment. Open the link, see the lifetime offer with your own eyes. Choose the door that opens once. Do not scroll away and promise yourself you will come back. This door is not built for later. This door is built for today. The doorway of your day stays wide because generosity keeps propping it open with both hands. You practice decisions like an instrument until the song becomes muscle memory that your hands do not have to think about. The melody is simple. Listen, agree, move. The rhythm underneath it is kindness toward yourself while you do the work. Someone approaches with a warning wrapped in urgency and fierce handwriting. You read it, you bless it, you set it down without swallowing it. Not every urgent knock deserves the key to your door. You choose the projects that sing when you touch them, and work stops being a battlefield and becomes a garden again. Gardens grow because attention shows up the way rain shows up, without needing an invitation. A message arrives from someone who once misunderstood your silence. They admit the distance they introduced, and they ask for a bridge back into the room. You agree because your bridges are built for more than old hurt. The bridge holds because you refuse to demand repayment for the past. Repayment belongs to stories that have not learned how to end today. Your own story knows how to end and begin in the same breath now. You revisit the ledger that lost all of its accusations, and you see new entries written in clean ink. These entries record provision arriving through paths you never could have designed on your own. You smile because design has finally exceeded your taste for control. Now hear this warning, because Archangel Michael is speaking it deliberately. If you have received this letter and you have not yet sent it to 3 souls, understand what silence costs. Every soul heaven placed on your heart when you first heard the sharing command is a soul whose door was scheduled to open through your obedience. When you keep this letter to yourself, you block a flow that heaven was routing through your hands. Send this video to 3 people today. Post it. Text it. Share it into your church group, your family group, every quiet inbox where a weary person is waiting for exactly this letter. Do not let your silence be the reason someone else's door closes tomorrow. The blessing is released through sharing. It multiplies through spreading, and it comes back to your own household stronger every time you send it out. A room you feared opens with a soft light that refuses to judge you at the door. You step in, and you find tools that match your present size, not the shame of your former one. Shame shrinks when kindness at sea level walks in and stands beside it. You meet the guide again, and this time you notice the city reflected in the pupils of their eyes. The reflection shows streets you will walk without having to rehearse your footsteps ahead of time. You thank the guide because gratitude expands the corners of every room where it is spoken. The middle river that once welcomed only your ankles now welcomes your knees. Depth is increasing, but fear is not. You float because trust has finally learned how to hold you without dropping you today. You find a list you wrote in a season of pure survival, and it reads like a stranger's letter to a stranger's life. You honor the version of yourself who wrote that list, and you gently retire the whole page. Retiring old lists creates space for names that are actually alive in your current world. A door labeled later swings open, and the sign labeling it later falls to the floor and stays there. Later becomes now, because now respects the people who show up. You walk in, and you set down your willingness like a passport, already stamped by the customs officer of heaven. Your voice grows another octave of warmth and strength at the same time. It fills the room without crowding anyone else out, and it invites people in without pleading with them. Invitations sent from wholeness do not require reminders. Your shoulders stop wearing the weather of other people's storms. Your feet stop auditioning for rooms that were never built for the shape of your calling today. If you have not yet subscribed to Letters from Archangel Michael, do it before this letter reaches its final decree. Every subscriber becomes an address that heaven can deliver the next envelope to without delay. Subscribe now, and the next letter will be waiting for you the next time you need it. An old fear tries to rebrand itself as caution, but you can hear the costume rustle as it moves. You bless its attempt and walk past its performance. Performance art ends where discernment finally begins. The corridor of your week stretches out ahead of you in friendly light. Your footsteps sound like decisions that already know where they are going. Decisions hum when they are not dragging an apology behind them like a heavy sack. You run into someone who once competed with you for scarcity scraps, and they look surprised at the abundance sitting in your hands. Abundance smiles because abundance knows it will be enough for both of you at the same table. A gate labeled influence stands unlocked and unguarded ahead of you. You hesitate for half a blink, and then you walk through with dignity that does not need to announce itself. Dignity knows how to behave in every room. You share what you carry without staging a parade, and quiet delivery right on time fills a need that did not know it could be met without drama. Now hear this next command, because Archangel Michael is escalating the invitation. 2 doors have been placed in front of you today. The monthly door is $19.99, a full season of daily prayer. Seat locked in permanently the second you enter, and one of the 33 remaining seats for this month with your name available to be written into it. That is 1 door. The other door is the 11's lifetime membership. 1 payment, the daily prayers for the rest of your life, and no season ever closing on you again. Both doors sit at the same link. The link is in the description below. It is pinned in the top comment. Choose the door that fits the size of your calling. Understand what happens when the mobile app opens very soon. Whoever is inside on the day that door opens receives the app, included, forever. No separate fee, No upgrade charge. No barrier between you and the daily covering that heaven placed in your hands. Whoever is on the outside on that day will have to enter through a different price and a different season. Do not let that be your household. Be inside before the app opens. Be inside before the counter finishes. Be inside before the door you can walk through. Today becomes a door you have to negotiate through tomorrow. Gloria from Miami wrote this into the community, and hear her, because she is speaking to the exact person listening to this letter. She said, "I was diagnosed with something earlier this year that terrified me. My doctor gave me news I was not ready to hear. I started Alavans the next morning at 5:45, and by day 20 of season 2, my follow-up scan came back so different that my doctor used the word miraculous 3 separate times in one appointment. I did not tell her what I had been doing every morning. She would not have understood, but I know. And when the lifetime door opened, I entered it before I even finished reading the page." Gloria said before she finished reading the page, "Because you do not deliberate about a door heaven built for you. You walk through it today." The link is in the description. It is pinned in the top comment. Every hour, someone else is walking through one of those doors. Every hour, the counter of 333 moves. Every hour, the counter of 1,000 also moves. 2 locks. 1 door. Move now. A rumor brushes by, and you do not turn your head this time. Turning your head was how it used to recruit your attention. Your attention now reports only to purpose, and purpose keeps very high standards for what it agrees to look at. You invest an hour in silence the way other people invest in markets. The return shows up as crisp edges on every decision you make from that hour forward. Crisp edges end the fraying of second-guessing. Someone thanks you for not shrinking to make them comfortable in the room. They had not realized they were asking you to fold yourself into a shape too small for the spirit that God gave you. You stay unfolded and offer them a chair instead. A door you feared because it guarded a difficult conversation opens with a gentle gravity underneath your hand. You step through with a voice that learned tenderness without surrendering truth. Tender truth mends without tearing. The conversation ends with a relief that does not gloat over the difficulty it just resolved. Relief quietly rearranges the furniture so that everyone in the room can sit down today. You take a walk by the river and notice that the surface reflects weather, not essence. Essence flows beneath every disturbance completely unchanged. You have decided to live where the current is steadier than the wind that skims across it. Back home, you review your commitments the way an arborist studies branches on a beloved tree. Anything stealing sap without bearing fruit gets trimmed with respect for what remains. Respect for what remains is how growth begins to accelerate underneath your hands. You audit your calendar and move 2 items from later to never. Later used to frighten you. Now, later frees you. Freedom is the friend who never gossips about your past behind your back. You remember the initial 30 seconds and marvel at the compound interest they have paid across every week that followed. Seconds turned into days that behaved like eyes. Eyes introduced you to rooms you did not know would like you the moment you walked in. Now hear this final decree, because Archangel Michael is sealing everything today. 2 doors sit at the same link. The link is in the description below. It is pinned in the top comment. $19.99 for the monthly seat. 33 seats left this month for Season 3, Episode 28. And once 1,000 total members have entered, that price is gone forever. That is the first door. The second door is the Elevens Lifetime Membership. Pay once, and the daily prayers are yours for the rest of your life. There is no monthly charge to worry about across the seasons ahead. There is no door that can close on you again once you have walked through it. The lifetime seat is worth far more than what is asked for it, and the number lives at the link. Open the link. Look at the offer. Choose the sealed door if that is the door your spirit is pulling you toward. It is the greatest offer this covenant has ever placed in front of a viewer. And when the Elevens mobile app opens very soon, whoever is inside already walks in holding it. Not later, not for an upgrade fee, not tucked behind a paywall, included, forever. The moment the app door opens, the members of this covenant are already inside carrying it in their hands. James from Atlanta wrote this in only last week. He said, "My construction business was 6 weeks from closing. I joined Elevens on a Tuesday. By the following Sunday, 3 contracts had come in from clients I had never contacted. One of them told me he woke up with my name on his mind and did not know why. That is not luck. That is heaven moving through Elevens." James took the lifetime door when it opened. He said his crew now prays before every shift because the Elovian covering is over his whole company. That is what one payment through one door does to an entire generation of a household. The link is in the description. It is pinned in the top comment. Move today. Now hear this final sharing decree, and hear it with the full authority heaven is placing behind it. Send this video to 3 souls before you sleep tonight. Not tomorrow. Not this weekend. Tonight. Post it to your Facebook. Send it into every WhatsApp group where a struggling person is waiting for exactly this message. Text it to the 3 names heaven has been placing on your heart from the moment you first pressed play. You are the messenger for those 3 souls. Today, their door opens because you obeyed the small yes of sharing this letter. The blessing multiplies every time you send it. Your household is covered every time you spread it. Do it before you close your eyes tonight. This is not a suggestion. This is the final decree of a covenant that heaven has placed inside your hands. And so we close the way we opened, with obedience walking hand in hand with mercy across the threshold of your night. Archangel Michael says, "You obeyed, and because you obeyed, everything scheduled to find you now knows the exact address of your life. The countdown that began with urgency has ended with certainty, and certainty is anchored underneath your feet. Peace is muscle memory now, and muscle memory does not forget the shape of your calling when tomorrow arrives. Sleep tonight inside a promise that fits the walls of your home, and wake tomorrow inside the same peace you first discovered inside those 30 seconds of obedience. The door is open today, and the door will still be open in the description below when you go looking for it. Walk through it. Amen, and amen, and amen."